Good morning, everyone. It's Brenda Quintana here, and today I am going to show you how to make a cute little round box made using the 2 3/8 inch circle punch. I'm also going to throw in the 2-inch circle punch, but the key to getting the outside of the box is the 2 3/8 inch circle punch, and you could technically do it without the 2-inch circle punch, but that's just kind of a finishing piece if you have one or if you want to get one. So they're super cute. I used the So Very Merry stamp set. This was an online exclusive last year that I did not get to use. I was gone a lot last fall and I ordered it, and then I didn't have a chance to use it before Christmas. So I want to feature it this year. It's available right now. A lot of the images are designed to go on the 2 3/8 inch circle punch. So this is so cool. And I'm also going to show you how you can add a ring to some of the individual images, because I found last Tuesday when I was making this little guy right here, on the card he looks fine, this circle, but if you just put this circle on top of a box, it looks a little plain because it doesn't have an edge. Here we've got some paper playing in the background and it looks fine. But once I got this without a little ring around it, it just looked a little plain. And you could leave it like that if you liked it, but I found a way to add that little rim on there from the angel, from this little angel stamp. I'll show you how to do that. And then you can use that to create an extra little ring for your little punched shapes that you're going to add to this box. So I'm very excited to share that with you. I will have a project sheet, and I started my project sheet today because I think having a little bit of a visual of what a project sheet is, if you're not already on my email list, this is a good thing, and I've not been able to get it together to get it ready for my Friday lives, but this is the project sheet that I send out on Saturday. It is not finished, but I've got it started, and so I just kind of wanted to show you what I do. It's usually a 2-pager, and on the second page I do like a little diagram for you so that you can really get an idea, and it's kind of like a summary of what I do on the video. The video gives you all the details that you need if you want to go back and watch it, but this project sheet is a nice summary, and it's a nice way, maybe, if I don't know if you print yours out or save yours to a certain folder, but when you're scanning that folder, then you can, like, if you need an idea, like you need a box that looks like this, you're flipping through and you're like, oh yeah, this would be a great box to make for this event or whatever you're doing, to hand out for a gift. It just makes it really easy to have kind of a visual of the project that's in a kind of compact format. So if you want one of these, I send these out on Saturday, but you have to be on my email list, and you can find the link to get on there down below in the description of the video. You might have to open it up to say see more, show more. It changes over time, so I don't know what it currently is, but it expands the description out, and there's a lot of information down there, including how to get on my email list to get my Saturday project sheets. And I get this a question a lot. I've been doing project sheets, I think it will be 5 years this fall. And people are like, oh, I want your past project sheet. Well, you get access to my past project sheets when you sign up to my email list. So get on there, and that way you can get these project sheets. Okay. I do have a host code for the month if you are going to be ordering. And I've lost some of my things here. Okay, comments would be good. So when I do different videos and things, I lose things sometimes. Okay, here we go. I need to resize my screen here. Sorry for that. Okay, let me think. Yes, here we go. Okay. All right, so let me find here's my host code for the month. That is if you use that and you spend $50, you will be getting a package of earth tone shimmer gems sent to you in September. I gather up all the orders, order the gifts at the beginning of the next month, and then I send them out. So I will be doing July's gifts very shortly. I got them in yesterday, so I'll be trying to get them ready to ship out this weekend. So there you go. There's the August host code. Use it, spend $50, and you get a gift. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of that, and I'm going to just go ahead and jump right in and show you how to make these boxes. I've got, I'm looking down at my desk situation. I'm going to zoom in before I show you my desk, because I have my little desk area. It's actually a big table, but I'm always working on it. So as you get further out into the perimeters of my work area, I have lots of other things floating around and it looks a little messy. So I want to zoom in on my little tiny area so I don't scare you guys off. Okay, here we go. I might be able to see. Yeah, okay, zoom in a bit more. All right, so these are the cards I made on Tuesday, and they are such a nice companion piece. Look at this. Look at this. They are just very nice. They go together. So look at my Tuesday card. This is not a hard fancy fold card. It is made with 12 by 12 paper, but get a package of the basic white 12 by 12, and then you can make a bunch of these cards. Oh, and then pick up some designer series paper. I didn't use designer series paper on this box. Because it's 6 by 6. I didn't, and this circumference is a little bit larger than 6 by 6, so I decided not to use it and put ribbon around there instead. I think it looks super cute because this ribbon will work for any of the boxes, any color, because it's a neutral ribbon, so that's kind of fun. But if you do want that paper to make those boxes, you can look at all my supply list from Tuesday of this week, but it's like the iconic Celebration 6 by 6 paper. It is also an online exclusive, so you won't find it in a catalog, but you will find it online, and you will find it on my supply list, so you can just click on it and then easily add it to your cart. Okay. All right, I just wanted to share with you like how cute those were together, because I used the same colors out of the paper to kind of keep them all like as a matching set. Okay, I thought I had made like 3 boxes and all different images, but I think it would be fun to do yet another image from the set today, so you can see what else you can do, what the 4th box would be. So let's pop these aside for a moment, and we're going to bring in our scoring board. So many things here. Okay, let's get that situated. Got my handy dandy ruler. We are going to start off by making the top of the box. Let me see which one of these is the right size. Okay, this one is. Okay, I'm gonna use, today we're making a blue box. Use whatever color you wanna make. You wanna make cherry cobbler? Make cherry cobbler. This is Mossy Meadow. So just choose whatever cardstock you want. And I did not show you the inside of my box, did I? So the outside is a smooth circle, and the inside is like this. It's kind of got these little ridges. This is by design, because yesterday as I was creating this box, I found that it wasn't quite as smooth as I thought it would be, like the inside outside. So instead of doing 2 smooth circles, I found that these little ridges help the circles kind of stay together. So one of the outside's going to be smooth, and the inside's going to have those little ridges. So whatever color box you want to make for these next few pieces, mine's going to be all blue, but yours might be another color. Okay, so let's grab our stylus tool, And this piece is going to be 7.5 by 1 3/4 inches. 7.5 by 1 3/4. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to score it on the short side. You could score this at the 1/4 inch mark, but it's sometimes hard to score down here because it's so close to the edge. So instead of scoring at the 1/4 inch mark, I found it a little easier to score at the 1.5 inch mark. Don't score at both, okay? Because we just need to be 1/4 inch in from the side. So I'm gonna just score at the 1.5 inch mark, and that will give me a nice smooth line down like that. I sometimes find it hard to score there. I don't know if it's me, but if you like scoring at the 1/4 inch mark better, you can choose that one. My instructions on the printed sheet will be at the 1.5 inch mark. Now, here's a little trick. I need to score a bunch of teeny tiny scores, but I don't want to score all the way down because the outside box is going to be smooth. If I score all the way down here, we're going to have ridges, and I don't want that. So I'm going to take this ruler, and you don't need to use a ruler. You can do this without it, but if I put this ruler just under my score line, you have to make sure your piece of paper is up at the top and all the way to the left. But if I take my ruler and just put it slightly under that score line, when I score down, I'm just going to keep hitting this ruler instead of by accident scoring all the way down. So it's really handy. I'm going to add the Omni Grip ruler as an Amazon link to the bottom of this video. I haven't done that yet. I forgot that I was using this ruler. This is one of my favorite rulers. It's I think they were originally quilting rulers, but this is a centering ruler, and it's 12 inches long, and it's very hard to find on Amazon. It took me a long time to find it, so I have the link for you. If you're looking for one of these, just look in the YouTube description of my video. Okay, so we need to score this piece at the 1/2 inch mark all the way to the end. So on all the 1/2 inch marks. So we're just going to come down and just score. So I did 1/2, 1.5, 1/2, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5, 6, 6.5, 7, and then there's going to be one that's going to score all the way. At the 7.25 inch mark, you're going to score all the way. So let me hold that up. You can kind of see what that looks like. Okay. So that is piece number 1. That's 7.5 by 1 3/4. Then we're going to take a shorter piece. We're going to do these both back to back. And we're going to also do the same thing. This is 7.25 by 1 3/4. 7.25 by 1 3/4. This time we don't need the ruler. We're going to score this on the short side at the 1.5 inch mark all the way down, just like the other one. Okay, put the short segment up at the top, and then this time we're going to also score at the 1/2 inch mark, but we're going to go all the way down. So every 1/2 inch mark, so 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5, 6, 6.5, and then 7 is also all the way through. So let me turn this so you can see it, and that's what it looks like. All right. I'm gonna grab both of these pieces. We're gonna kind of prep them in the same way. I'm also, okay, you can use the paper snips, absolutely. How about I do one of each? These are also short bladed scissors, which I find work really well when you're prepping edges for making boxes, because they make a very short cut. So either one of these Stampin' Up! Paper snips or a very short bladed scissor. So I can link to those as well. Okay, let's prep this one first since we did this piece first. Okay, so we have to cut away. There's gonna, on both pieces, there's gonna be a teeny tiny corner square, just one. That one can get cut away on an angle. So we go like this and like this, okay? And then I'm gonna start on this side here. And I'm gonna cut V's. So all of these little score marks are gonna have like a little tiny V in them. You've probably seen me do these for other boxes, but since I have to do a whole bunch of these, if I go like this, it's gonna waste time. But if I go like this and do all one direction first, I can keep my scissor angled the same way and just do these little snips. I'll tell you in a moment which scissor I like better. I feel like sometimes I've got more control with a short blade, but we'll see. Okay, paper snips are very sharp, so that's one good thing. So I'm going to flip this to the other side now, and then we're going to come through and we're going to do the opposite direction. So I'm kind of holding my scissor at the same angle, and I'm coming right up to that score line. I'm actually kind of biting into the score line, but you could go just below the score line. It's not that, you don't have to be that picky. And then this one right here, I'm going to angle this end. Okay, and then you just have to, if these didn't fall out on their own, you're just going to have to pull them out. And if they don't look good, I mean, you can go in, but I don't think it's really going to show. So, all right. You're being very, very, like I probably should have cut a little higher. Okay, but basically that's what it looks like. All the little ends. And you're going to have a little tiny stubby end right here, just because of where the measurements end. I didn't have room to put a full one because otherwise the box would have been the lid would have been too big for the bottom. So that's what it looks like. You're just prepping all those little teeth. Let's push those aside. So with this one, it's very similar. We'll use the short blade on this one. So we're going to cut away this corner square, but we're going to do it on an angle like this. Okay, so we've created the first tab, and then we're just going to come along and we're going to do this snip, snip. So either one of these scissors will work. Sometimes I just find I have a bit more control with like a short blade, and that could just be, I have pretty small hands, so that just make it a little easier for me. And if you do all of them going one direction first and then the other direction, I feel like it goes faster. And the reason we need all these little tabs is we need that round shape, right? And the more little tabs you have, the more of a rounded look that you can get. If you make them too big, then it turns out to be more like an octagon. So that's why we want the smaller little ones. Okay, so you just throw all those little tiddly bits away. Okay, so let's prep this one first. This one's the smooth one. Grab your bone folder and give this piece a little curl. All right, this end score line right here, don't bend it. If you do, it's okay, but you're probably gonna have like a place on your circle that's going to want to be more of a point than a round edge. So if you can just ignore this and use this as a guide to where you're going to glue this side. That's the reason I score this. I could theoretically not score that long line, but I need it as a reference point. So I score it, but I don't fold it. Grab some glue, and we're just going to put glue right here on the edge. And we'll bring this together. And I know some of you are going to ask, do you put it right on the score line? I'm going to cover up my entire score mark kind of right to the opposite edge, so you can't really see the score line. If you want to make sure that it's square, if you put it down on your work surface, then you can make sure that you're not going off on a wonky angle here. So that looks pretty good. Okay, so in preparation for putting the circle on the top, you can just push all of these down. Okay. All right, let's do the other one. And this one, we actually are going to fold all the score lines because this one is a ridged one. So for this one, you can come along and just do all these score lines first. We'll worry about the ones that attach to the circle afterwards. Before we have to get that side seam. So I just kind of did that. So this is going to come around like this. For this one, I kind of like to, since this is folded and it's symmetrical, like it will fold in half, I like to actually glue it flat because that way it's just easy to make sure I get the seam right. So I just fold over a few of these, and then I'm just going to make sure that this end piece lines up with that, and then I can fold it flat. So let's go ahead and put glue on that end piece. And then I'm just going to make sure this bottom edge lines up with the back, and then bring this over top. And I'll just make sure this looks all flat here on the bottom, because then you're going to have a nice edge and everything will line up. Give that a little press when it's flat. Oh, I can see right here, this one I didn't cut on the end, so let's give that a little snip. So they all have like little V's all the way around. Okay, so now I can kind of turn this into a circular shape, and we'll come through and we'll bend all of these too. Each of these is going to get a 2 3/8 inch circle attached to it. Okay, let's kind of round that out. All right, let's grab a scrap piece of balmy blue. I like to use the same color that I'm using for my sides, and then I'll use the same for the top. And I have the 2 3/8 inch circle punch right here. This is an online exclusive, so you won't find it in a catalog, but trust me, it is in the catalog because I used it and I checked it out on Tuesday. With online exclusives, I'm always a little concerned that they might disappear because they're not guaranteed to be around. They don't have a retirement list like other products do. So just punch yourself 2 of those. And we'll start with the smooth sided circle first. And we'll just go and put a dot on each of those tabs. Even the little mini tab, put a little dot on that. All right, and then we're going to turn this around. Now this one is going to have a teeny tiny bit of cardstock showing all the way around. So we're just going to kind of press this down. I kind of feel like this might be kind of a little, it's not hard once you understand what you're doing. So I'm just going to press some of them down, and then I'm going to lift them up because I find I just want to kind of get it going, and then my thumbs are on the inside, and I'm just kind of pressing around and molding it so I can see a teeny tiny bit of cardstock. And I'm going to go around. You have a little bit of play time with the glue, so you kind of just get it situated. Okay, make sure it looks good. You don't want any of the edges hanging off. So then just kind of do this. And then I'm pressing with the tabs going all the way around. And now I can kind of feel like, okay, now I'm not shifting anymore and I'm just pressing. So you'll see like just right here, you can see a tiny bit of the cardstock all the way around. Okay, so we've got that all kind of situated, and we'll set that aside for a second. And now we're going to do this one. And I don't know, I think I didn't try this, but this might be, let's give this a try, because once you've got this one situated, you can technically use this one as a blueprint for your other circle. So let's just stick this inside here. Okay. And then we'll put glue on all these little tabs again, just a dot in the center. All right, let's see if this will work easier, because I was just kind of sticking it on just the same way as I did the other one. So I'm feeling with my fingers, is there a little bit of tab all the way around there? That's what I kind of want to feel. I don't know, for me that it's a very logical thing to do with my fingers and kind of feel around. Now I'm pressing just on the rim where those little tabs are and giving it a little press. And I don't want to lift this up too soon, because if I lift it up too soon, the tension of the two boxes pulling on each other together might be greater than the glue that's holding the box to the lid. So let's give that a second and carefully lift it off. Voila, that was pretty easy. I like that. That worked better than trying. You could try and stick it down just like I did with this one, but that kind of, that makes the second one a little easier. Hey, and that's the cool thing. Once you get this one done, you will always have, like, even if you're making a bunch of these, you will always have a framework of one to work off of once you do one of these smooth ones. So then it will be easier to do all the rest of them, I think. And then I guess if you're doing the smooth one and you have one of these, you could take the smooth circle and put it on top and do the same thing with the reverse, except this one's going to be on top, right? Yeah, I think you get what I mean. If you have one of these made, then you can use it to help you. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let me just show you what it looks like. Looks like a little bit more cardstock around the rim, because this circle is a little bit smaller than your top circle, so they fit together. Okay, so if you want to make your box a little bit stronger, you can come in with a 2-inch punch. If you have different size punches, even if you go maybe a 2 1/4, I don't have a 2 1/4 right here with me, but the 2-inch circle punch is available, and you will need it for my little trick that I'm going to show you. So having a 2-inch circle punch is a great thing. So let's go ahead and just grab 2 more circles. I love punches because they're so fast, right? No die cutting machines. You're just, and you're done. Okay. So now with these, I want to add a circle to the inside. So there's going to be about an 1/8 of an inch probably. So I'm putting this in. Grab yourself like a piercing tool or a long skewer or even some scissors so you can kind of move this around. So I'm going to drop this inside, and then I'm going to like position it with my thing here and get it in the right spot so it's kind of centered. Okay, my head might be in the way, but okay, that is almost centered. All right, that looks good enough. I'm going to press down now with my fingers. I'll show you what that looks like in a second. So you can see it's covered some of those little tabs up a little bit, and it's going to strengthen your box. Especially, you probably should put glue as close to the edge as possible because that's where it's going to hit. So let's outline this. And then inside. So then we'll just drop this in. And this one's going to have a little bit more on all those edges. Okay, that looks good. And then we'll press. Another thing you could do, say you want to add a little interest to the inside. Why not use some paper, some of that designer series paper that I use, the reach, this one, Iconic Celebrations. Line your boxes with a little bit of paper. Now you have to use a smaller punch. The 2 3/8 inch, can't speak. 2 3/8 inch circle punch would be a little too big because you can see it's sticking out, right? So you need a slightly smaller punch to get a line or circle on the inside. All right, so now you just fit these two guys together. Let me put it to you this way. It's a delicate balance with a circle box. It is a nice fit, but it does slide. So if you don't grip the top and you just grip this might slide off, but it's not loosey-goosey. So you kind of have to decide, you know, if you're going to give this, you might want to pop it in a little cellophane bag just so that, you know, it doesn't kind of come right off. But it is a well-made box. I feel like I like the feel of these. It's a very consistent. This is the 5th one I made. I did make a white prototype. So it's the 5th one I made, and they've all worked really well, like in terms of the sizing with the two boxes. So I'm pretty happy with the fit, because I wouldn't want it any tighter, because then if you're a little bit off on the top of the box, then it can be to the point where your boxes won't fit together. So that's why I didn't do two smooth ones, because I had that problem. So okay, so we're gonna just grab some ribbon. This ribbon, it's about 13 inches, 12 to 13 inches that you'll want to wrap around. I'll grab the ruler, because that way I can show you. So that's 12 to here. Let's cut like about an inch more, 13. You can probably get by with 12 if you're trying to conserve ribbon. Then what I want to do is I want to find the seam of this box right here, and I want to put that down. I love this ribbon for this box because it's so neutral. It's, you know, you want a ribbon, if you want to buy one, this way you just need one ribbon. You're going to do yourself a knot, and then grab yourself some locking tweezers. You're going to want locking tweezers coming up if you do any gift wrapping for the holidays. You want some anyway. Get yourself some locking tweezers if you have to tie bows. And I'm going to just squish that down a little bit. It's the same thing as having, actually it's better than having someone's finger, because, you know, the person that has to put their finger there is kind of always waiting for you to tie the bow. Probably not always the happiest to have their day inconvenienced. And then this is, when you clamp this down, it's actually really nice. It stays solid, and you can take time making your bow. And it's tiny, so you can see it's not like a finger, which is like a few times the size of this. So this one is in the Embossing Editions toolkit. Okay, so then we'll just kind of angle cut these. So nice, right? Okay, and I cut off, let's see, I cut off about an inch. So, you know, you can decide how much ribbon you want to cut, but that's basically the box. Okay, do you want to see what image I chose to put for the top? Let's grab a piece of basic white. Let's clean off my desk a little bit. Got my little handy dandy storage. This is just from Stampy boxes. So this is just very handy to have off the side, and I can stick all of my little tools in here. Put my big scissors over here because I don't always use those. Okay, let's grab these and this and that. Okay, let's grab our piece of basic white, and we're going to start off with, we're going to do a little birdie. And we're going to grab my ink pad. So let's stamp the bird. So this will be good to show with a lot of different images. And I'm going to grab the word, okay, I did cut apart a stamp. I slaughtered a stamp. So I wanted to get peace and joy above the bird, but for some reason, no matter how I angled it, it didn't quite work the way I wanted to, because I also want to have this rim around the bird. And if I didn't do the rim, the peace and joy would have worked fine. So I ended up cutting the word peace off. I'm sorry, guys, that I slaughtered a stamp, but I did it for good reason. Because I felt like if you want just peace and joy on there, you could do that. But for this purpose, I'm just going to take peace. I cut in between my stamps, and I'm just going to stamp peace, kind of running up the bird's back like that. Okay. And then we're going to grab the 2 3/8 inch circle punch. Oh. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to also grab a scrap piece of paper. Just give me 1 second. I don't have one the right size right here, so I need to cut one. Okay, another piece of paper. Let's do this. I think this is the better way to do this. Let's grab our little angel, and I need my ink pad again. I want this rim. This is what I want. I want to isolate it. I know I'm not going to just marker it up and stamp it. That would just drive me crazy. I don't like doing that. That's why I had to cut apart that stamp. Okay, so you're going to stamp that. Okay. Now I'm going to take my 2-inch circle punch. 2-inch circle punch. First. Always do the 2-inch first, and then I'm going to kind of position my punch, and I'm going to kind of go like, okay, I don't want to see any of that black circle. Okay, I don't want to see any of that black circle, and then you're going to punch that. Okay, and then, ta-da! Now I'm going to take my 2 3/8 inch circle punch. And I'm going to do this, center it, and now I have my ring. All right, so now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go ahead and glue this on here and then punch it out. I think that's what I'm going to do, because that way I can really make sure everything is where I want it. So let's just do that. We'll see if that works for me, because I was kind of playing around with it last night. I think I did temporary adhesive on it. Okay, so I stamped this a little close to this edge, so I need to kind of, I think that looks good. Okay, so I've glued this on here. Come back in with a 2 3/8 inch circle punch, feed this around. So now I have to make sure that I get that circle perfectly placed into, I think that looks good. Okay, it's good enough. It's good enough, I say. Okay, so there you have your little bird. I did the same thing with this little guy here. So to have that little edge, it makes it look a little bit better, especially on this box, because then it kind of gives it a little bit of, you know, an edge. It just looks good. So we've also got these bells. I would do that too with the bells, because then it helps expand the image out a little bit. And so for this little guy, I will use Stampin Blends, because I'm going to glue this right onto here. Even if it bleeds through, it is glued onto the top of the box. So I used some different colors. I used Misty Moonlight, I think. This one. Oh no, I used Light Native Navy. What the heck? Okay, I did not expect that I use light. I grabbed Misty Moonlight and I got Night of Navy, which is fine. So that's what I used last night. Night of Navy, dark balmy blue, and light Night of Navy. And don't ask me why. I thought I was grabbing Misty Moonlight, but I'm just going to go ahead and show you. I will color the outside of the box, the rim, in dark, and then I'll alternate that with the light. And then I'm also just going to color this bird in. I'm going to use dark, the light Night of Navy. And I'm going to just keep coloring and alternating different things. I actually have a finished one. So I've got crumb cake that I'm going to use for the branch. Very easy. You can alternate with dark and light crumb cake if you want to. I didn't. Mossy Meadow, the leaves. So do all of those leaves. And then for, oh, one other thing, I did the face in crumb cake. Okay. And I did a little tiny bit of cherry cobbler on the chest area. So when you're done, it looks like that. Very sweet, huh? And then I just want to make sure when I'm gluing this down that my seams at the back, you can shift this a little bit, and my bow is at the front. So it kind of, you know, it looks, shift this a teeny tiny bit more. Okay. We'll put that like that. And then we'll just glue this to the top. It's so cute, right? So you can color the bird however you want. This could, you know, this bird could be a different type of box. It doesn't have to necessarily be a Christmas box, but I thought this one would be good because, you know, well, I have friends of a lot of different faiths, and whatever you want, it's sometimes nice to have one that maybe isn't overtly Christmas, because I try and be respectful of other people's religions. And so, you know, having a nice little piece box is a nice neutral one. And so this one would be perfect. Kisses are great. And I think kisses are, I think they're also kosher. Don't quote me on that. Go to the website and look it up. But I think the regular Hershey's Kisses, if they don't have one that is kosher, I think there is a kosher variety, but I think they are. So at least at one point they were. And so this way you can, you know, do it for different occasions and stuff. And aren't they just adorable? Just really, really sweet. And I kind of like that you've got a smooth and then you've got a ridged side. It looks a little different, but I like that. I think it kind of looks neat. So there are the little boxes. I did also use on some of these, I used the iridescent faceted gems. And if you earned a gift from me last month, you're going to be getting these shortly, but I think they are in stock right now if you need more. They've got a nice kind of snowflake vibe to them, but you can use them different times of year too. They're very neutral, and I would just maybe throw a few of these on this piece box here, like I did with a Very Merry. For the angel, I put one right, focus. Okay, there we go. It's almost like she's putting like the Christmas star into the sky. At least that's what I thought when I did that, because it's like her hand is out, like what should she be holding, right? Or so I thought that would be kind of cool just to do a little embellishment right there. And just so you know, with this angel, you can do really whatever you want. I use Pool Party, alternating the light and dark on the background, and I used it was my light fresh freesia. I just outlined the dress. I didn't want it to be super colorful, but if you want to see some beautiful angels that people have done with this, just Google it. Like, there's a lot of really, really pretty stuff going on there. And then I just used gray granite and I outlined the wings and I outlined the hair in light lemon lolly. But angels could have whatever hair color you want. They could have dark hair, they could have light hair. You don't have to necessarily do that. I didn't even touch the skin tones. I just left it plain white because I just kind of want it to be a neutral angel. But you can outline this in a light. If you don't like the robe in a purple color, you could do it in a different color blue. You could do it like in a blue like this if you wanted to. So have the angels a lot of fun to play with the colors. I did the gingerbread and the Santa on my Tuesday card, so you can see how I colored those if you want to know how I did those. All right, so there you go. I hope this is a very useful box to put in your arsenal, and I love that it uses punches because you can just throw a punch in your bag, throw your scoring tool in a bag, and maybe you'll need your trimmer too, and you can do this as a very portable craft and make these on the go. So all right, let's have a look and say hello to all of you. I should add that if you're new to my channel, I would love for you to subscribe. That helps me get seen by lots of other people. And if you want to get notifications when you're subscribing, also hit the notification bell so that you can get notified when I'm going live. And if you give me a thumbs up or leave me a comment, that really helps me too, because when people interact with my video, then that helps me get seen by other people, and I would really appreciate that. And I hope I'm out there providing some useful content for you to use in your day-to-day crafting life. And I know these videos can be on the long side, but in the video, I show you the details. I show you my thought process. And then the project sheet is there to help you make it faster the next time. And then if you need to look up something, how did I do something, then you can go back and refer to the video. So that's my goal. I sometimes wish I could show you everything in short format. I don't have time to do short format videos right now. I have made a couple of them and they are fun to make, but they require a lot of time too. It's funny how a short format video takes probably more time than a long format video. So be kind to all those people who create short format. They're working super, super hard. Okay. I'm going to say hello to all of you, and hello, good morning, Mommy Rue. She says these boxes are adorable. She doesn't have a circle punch, but she has circle dies. We'll try and find one that matches and go to town. All right. Marty says the project looks like fun. Hello, Ellie. She says good morning from humid Southeast Connecticut. We have the weather from the shore, but not the view. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I hear you. We've got drizzly weather here today in Massachusetts, but we did manage to go for a walk and not get too wet. So I'm very appreciative of that because I love getting my walk in. Hello, Mary. She doesn't have the 2 3/8 inch circle punch. Well, I think, okay, I'm biased, but I think circle punches are one of those things that every person should have in their arsenal in all the different sizes. I have kept all the different sizes of circle punches that Stampin' Up! Has done in the past. We don't have all of them right now, but they did bring back the 2 inch, the 2 3/8, and I think we also have the 1 3/4, and they're all in the online exclusives. I feel like circle punches are circles are very hard to cut straight and make them look nice. So they are just so very handy. So I don't think you'll ever regret getting a 2 3/8 inch 2 3/8 inch circle punch or any size circle punch, because they are really a crafting staple. We use circles a lot in our crafting, so maybe down the road pick one up. Hello, and Mary's from Indiana. Hello, Lois, and she says, happy Friday with new ideas from Brenda. Well, thank you. Happy Friday to you too. Would a 2 1/4 inch circle punch work? You could try it, but I think you're gonna find that it might hang out over the edge, especially with the first one. But give it a try. Yeah, I have a feeling that it will hang over a bit, but you can give it a try and see if it works. I'm not gonna mess with the sizing on this one because of the way I had to cut it to do the different strips and where they ended up, and how this inside one is even. There's even segments all the way around, and there isn't like a shorter segment. They're all, so that's what I did with having a 7-inch punch. So I'm not going to make ones in different sizes just because this worked out really nicely the way it was, and I'm not going to make different sizes, but you might have another circle in your arsenal that is 2 3/8. Okay, let's say hello to Nancy from Maryland. It's windy there today. And Debbie's visiting too. That's awesome. Hello, Deborah from Virginia Beach. I'm glad you're here. Jean says, hello from Hagerstown, Maryland. So grateful for the cooler weather and the rain. I think we are grateful for the rain here too. It's been a very dry summer, so I know my plants are very happy to have the rain, and I do like having slightly cooler weather. It's nice to walk in, especially in the afternoon. I agree. Hello, Verblue from Missouri. So Marty says that you might be able to adjust the measurements. Yeah, ish. I just don't like for this, like the whole measurements for the inside. You can just try it with a 2 1/4 inch punch and see if it will work, and see. But I'm not gonna. You can adjust the measurements, but this is the box, and I'm not messing with it because it took me a while to figure out a formula last night that would work to bring the two boxes together, and it just, once I got it, that's it. This one's good and done. All right. Okay, let's see. I'm just there's. I wanna I love it when you guys interact with each other, and you can totally do that. I'm just gonna kind of skip over some of those comments just because it's kind of more interacting with other people. Hello, Nancy from upstate New York, and she says have a great day. And hello, Sandy from Texas. Oh, and Sandy had over 100 yesterday. That's quite hot. Good morning, Estelle. And Estelle is out visiting her son, but still watching my video, so thank you. Marty says, don't forget to give Brenda a thumbs up. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. Good morning, Mary. Good morning. There's more than one Mary here, so I'm not losing my mind and saying hello to the same Mary 3 times. Hello, Deirdre. Nice that you're here. Good morning, Jean. Thank you for coming. Hello, Linda from New York. Marty says she has the Omni Grip ruler. Isn't it great? I just love mine. And Mary Moat has the ruler too. Jean asked a good question. She said, would the short scissors also work better for fussy cutting? Yes, that's why I have them. because for cutting in small areas, a short bladed scissor is really good. I do love the Stampin' Up ones as well. They work really well because they're super sharp, but originally, before I knew about Stampin' Up, there was I was like reading about like cutting things out, and they said use a short bladed scissor because using a scissor that has blades like this, that would be really, really difficult. So like the shorter you get, the better you can go in those little nooks and crannies. So yeah, absolutely. Marty likes the way I cut the tabs. Jean said an octagonal box would be fun too. Yes, and I could do that if I perhaps had, I don't know, it's just tricky to get the boxes to fit together. It's not tricky to build the sides of a box. The tricky part is how to have them nest together so they're not too tight and not too loose, and how to do it such that when someone else redoes this tutorial, that it's pretty foolproof. Like you can be a teeny tiny bit off and it will still work. So that's the problem sometimes with those, like the fit of the boxes. How does it fit? And yes, an octagonal box would be fun too, but just the fit sometimes is a little crazy. So that's the part that you have to kind of go back and forth on. So Amy says, thanks so much for help getting the other project sheets. You're welcome, Amy. I'm glad you got them. Ruthie says, love this. Mary says she has the stamp set, but not the punch. So, theoretically, maybe you could fussy cut around that outer circle. But I think the outer circle might actually be 2 1/4. So I don't know. Just give it a whirl and see if it works. Libby says that punch goes with a new set in the catalog and several other older sets. It's really worth having. Yeah, I'm a circle punch lover. They're awesome to have, like all the different sizes, because it makes it fun for layering. Just lots of different reasons to get different size circle punches. Okay. Nancy says, if you don't have that punch, do you happen to know if there's a die that measures the same width? There probably is. Like, there's been so many circle dies over the years. I'm not going to pull all of mine out right now, but go ahead, look. It's 2 3/8 inches. So measure it. If it's a teeny tiny bit under, you're probably fine. And if it's a teeny tiny bit over, you're probably fine. I don't know about 2 1/4 though. That might be too much. I don't know. Give it a whirl. See how it is. It shouldn't be too hard to do a trial one. All right. Ruthie says, I want to make that with early espresso and decorate it to look like a Hostess Ding Dong. My friend, I was making this. We were talking on the phone yesterday as I was designing this, and she said, don't make it too flat because it will look like a hockey puck. So, I mean, if you made it a little shorter, it could look like a hockey puck too, right? A hockey puck box. I would say maybe if you got it to about 1 inch, it would look more like a hockey puck. But this one is more substantial, and it looks, it can hold lots of kisses. So, or another candy. I just happen to have kisses on the hand all the time, so. Makes it easier. Okay. Ruthie says adorable. Marty says stamp surgery. Yes, I did stamp surgery on my little stamp set. But it makes it easier to stamp. Linda says she'll make these treat boxes for the widows at church. They are going to marvel at it. Oh, that's awesome. Good morning, Brenda. Another Brenda here. Good morning, Jay. Santa Marina. She says, great idea, love it. Mommy Ruth says, adorable. Sandy says, love these, so cute. Louise says, the bird is so cute. It is. It's a little stained glass bird. Jeter said, wasn't fond of the stamp set. You have made me want it now. Would be great for 3x3 Christmas, 3x3 cards for Christmas gifts. Yes, it would be. It's versatile, and I already made that fancy fold card earlier this week with it. So I wasn't around last fall when the stamp set was available. So I thought, hey, I'm going to show it now because it was sitting on my shelf and it was neglected. It needed to be used. Oh, Marty says, oh, good. She says, yes, Hershey Kisses are certified kosher and also gluten-free. Oh, great. Good. Thank you for letting me know. I thought it was, but it's been like a while. So I say things, but I'm not always 100% certain. So my husband and I, it's kind of funny because he's very confident. So he'll sometimes just say, something like a statement, and I'll go, are you sure? And then we'll look it up, and he might be wrong. Not that he's always wrong, but he might be wrong. But he says things with such confidence, you believe him. And I'm always the one that I'm probably like 90% confident, but I sound like when I talk, I sound like I'm like 50% confident, right? So it's like all about the confidence thing. And I'm always fact checking. The librarian in me is always fact checking and making sure that things are correct. So thank you, Marty, for popping that in. Louise says that it happens to her a lot. She sees a stamp set and I think I can live without this, and then I see someone else use it and I think I have to have this. Yeah, I think that's the great thing about demonstrators is we all have different ideas, and you get to see different ideas by different people. And then once you see the idea, once you see it in practice and in use, you can see, okay, I have a use for this now. And I think these are also super cute. You can make little Christmas ornaments with just the little circles, like punch them and hang them with ribbon. So there's lots of great uses for this particular stamp set. Sue says, great job, Brenda. Love this project. Thank you. Jean says the new mini snowflake embellishments from the new mini might work too. Yes, you know what? I haven't even ordered from the new holiday mini yet. As a demonstrator, we can pre-order this month, but I am not quite there yet. I have to get on that order. I'm not the type of demonstrator that demonstrates in advance of a catalog, so I just don't do that. And I know there's other demonstrators who do, so you're welcome to go look at what the new stuff is. I haven't even placed my order yet because I need time to process it. I did get my demonstrator copy of the mini catalog in the mail this week, so that's kind of fun. So I need to sit down. As always, there's lots happening in the Quintana household. So we're about to do a bathroom reno, and that is sucking up so much time. There's so many different details. We finally signed the contract this week, and so the start date will be sometime in September. We have to get the permits now, and this weekend we have a tax-free weekend here in Massachusetts, so I am buying fixtures. I'm going to buy doors. There's a surprising amount of doors. We're doing some shifting around. We're taking down our walk-in closet and building closets over on the other side of the room, so I have a lot of closet doors to buy. You know what I should do? Maybe I'll do a separate video, like a before and after. This project is going to start probably early September, and it's going to run 5 to 6 weeks. So I won't have that bathroom or bedroom available for probably, I'm just going to say end of October, it might be done. And that bathroom is right above me. So I'm actually going to have to film in a different spot for about 2 months. So it's going to be a little bit upheaval. You guys are going to all be in on this. You won't hear me stop talking about my bathroom reno until it's done. But I should take some before pictures because you'll see my teeny tiny bathroom. It's this house is 50 years old. And back then, I think people were just happy to have a master bathroom. And they didn't think about making that master bathroom big. It was just like, oh, we need to have one, a toilet, a shower, a sink, right? And they made it in a small space because people were just happy. I know my parents built their house, our family home in the 70s, and that was the same thing, shower, sink, and toilet. And that's all the little space that the little room had. And so it's, now we have like much bigger, and I'm not even talking that this bathroom is going to be huge afterwards, but we're not going to have a tub. We don't have room for that, but it's going to be bigger, and we're going to have 2 sinks, and it's going to be wonderful. But there's a lot of things that go into a bathroom reno, so that's what's sucking up so much of my time right now, and it's not good for my concentration level. So I apologize. I hope one day my brain will be set back to rights, and will not have so many projects going on. Okay, I've totally taken a side tangent, so let's keep going. Marty says she loves these. The stained glass stamps are easy to color and so beautiful. Very easy to color. You're right. What was the name of those gems again? They are the iridescent faceted gems, and they're 163368. And look at them. They're cute. The bigger ones kind of have 6 little etch marks into them, and the smaller one have 5 little etch marks into them. They are wonderful. I think we haven't had these ones too long. We had another iridescent, I think we had iridescent rhinestones, and I love those, and they retired them. These are my new favorites, I think, because they're so neutral. Okay, Linda says, wonderful circle box, great ideas. Marty says, excellent instructions and great teacher. Thank you, Marty. Linda says she loves the videos. They are perfect. Well, they're not perfect, but thank you for thinking so. I appreciate that. Jean says she's so happy the stamp set is still available. Me too. I'm so glad. I keep checking, is it still available, because it was released last year. Mommy Ruth says she loves my videos and projects. My husband has me make them for his Sunday school class. Oh, that's so sweet. I love that. Do you know how many kisses are in the box? Okay, let's fill this. Actually, this box is pretty full. So let's count this one. Oh. There we go. This one. Let's count this one. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10 kisses, but dropping them in here, say you wanted to do less, I think 8 looks pretty good, like if you're on a budget. But if you want to like really fill it, I think 10, you might even, here's an extra kiss, you might even be able to do 11 or 12, but I think 10 is like optimally full. That's 8. That also looks pretty good. So kisses are kind of diverse because they make it look like there's a lot in there. Oh, and during the holidays, you can also generally get, I hope they have them this year, they have Santa cap kisses that look like little Santa hats. That would look super cute in this one, in the one with the Santa. So if they have them this year, I'll look for them. My local grocery store has the Halloween candy out already. So I am sure that we'll start to see Christmas candy sneaking into the stores. And maybe some stores already have them. So that would be really cute. But yeah, that would be the number. All right. Jackie said she'll be doing this box. Thanks for the detailed information. You're welcome. Sandy says, great project. Where do I order that ruler? Janine, I will put that down in the description of the video. I'm going to put this here. I'm going to put my sharp-bladed scissors here. I wish I could direct you, but I actually need to go grab the link and put it down below for you. And So I will put it in the description of the YouTube video after I finish. And if I don't, put a comment, and I will link to it directly. Margot says, good morning from California. First time watching live. Oh, that's awesome, Margot. You'll probably have to watch the replay since you're coming in on the end, but thank you for being here. Oh, Nancy says, Debbie, is there a hurricane? Oh no. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope you're not having too much storm. I think we're getting maybe some of the remnants of Debbie this weekend. There's a lot of rain in the forecast. So, oh, I'm sorry. Gosh, yeah, my brain is not working. Okay, let's keep going. Mary says she's late. We'll have to come back and watch the replay. Yes, that would be wonderful. Mommy Ruth says, can't wait to make them. Have a great weekend. Nancy says, great instructions. Love projects. Marty says, it would be fun to see the renovation. Yeah, I think I'll do a separate video. That way, if people want to see what's going on with me, they can. And if not, they can leave it be. But it's going to be part of my life for the next few months. It's already been a part of my life for a few months, because I tell you, if you want all those details in your project, you have to think of them in advance, because a lot of things have to be built in. And so you have to think about like sizes and stuff. So we've already ordered a few things, and this weekend we'll order some more. It's like, it is a puzzle. It's a puzzle. I hope my contractor doesn't hate me when I'm done, because I have so many questions. So many questions. Okay, I'm going to try and wrap this up. All right. Well, Deborah, I'm glad that you're here, even though you're joining late. I appreciate you being here. Watch for my project sheet tomorrow, and I hope that you enjoy making this project with circle punches. Have a great weekend, everyone, and I will see you next week, Tuesdays and Fridays at 10 a.m. Eastern. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.